By golly, it's amazing. It sounds like something you'd hear on the radio.
Presenting the transcription feature.
The Lucky Strike program starring Jack Benny with Mary Livingston, Phil Harris, Rochester Dennis Day, and yours truly, Don Wilson.
It's 8:30 New York time. Time to wake up America and stump the expert.
From Hollywood, it's time now for Johnny Dollar.
Kraft presents The Great Gildersleeve.
And now meet Dick Calmer as Boston Blackie.
It's the Phil Harris Alice Faye Show, presented transcribed by the makers of Rexall drug products.
And now it's time to meet the men from the ministry.
The Armed Forces Radio and Television Service presents the Bob Hope Show with Les Brown and his band of renown. And yours truly, Bill Goodwin. And now here he is, Bob Hope.
Greetings, I'm Kevin Lauderdale. A little while back, I gave you an episode of The Magnificent Montague, a little-known but delightful comedy starring the bearded actor Monty Woolley that ran for 52 episodes from 1950 to 1951. You'll recall Woolley plays Edwin the Magnificent Montague, a famous Shakespearean actor reduced to doing radio melodramas. In 1951, there was a 4-episode arc where Montague, his wife and maid, went to Hollywood, where Montague had been dragooned into starring in the film version of Macbeth. I'm going to give you back-to-back the middle 2 episodes. I like them best. You'll get the setup quickly. He's snooty, he doesn't want to be there, he prefers New York to Hollywood. You'll recognize 2 voices. Alan Reed, the voice of Fred Flintstone, as a studio exec, plus Jim Backus. Backus has a couple roles in these 2 episodes. You know, he almost always played some variation on the snooty, waspy fellow. His appearance in Gilligan's Island as Thurston Howell III was just the most recent in a long line of similar characters he played over the years before on radio. But on the episode you're about to hear, he plays a lowly cab driver. A few notes here. Nutburgers were a health food back in the 50s. The Barbary Coast, North Africa, known colloquially for its pirates and its wild times. Bessie Love and Mae Bush were silent film and early talkies stars. Gabby Hayes was a bearded actor who usually appeared as an older sidekick in westerns. Sabu was the star of the movie The Elephant Boy, but you may know him from co-starring in the 1942 version of Arabian Nights, or maybe The Thief of Baghdad. Marie Wilson, star of numerous 1930s and 40s films, you may have seen her in My Friend Irma, and the Super Chief was the train that all the stars took, because it went between Chicago and Los Angeles. This is a great episode with lots of Los Angeles/Hollywood mocking and bashing. Even back in the 50s, all the cliches were there. From January 19th, 1951, Magnificent Montague, Lost in Hollywood.
National Broadcasting Company presents, transcribed from Hollywood, The Magnificent Montague, starring Monty Woolley. It was not too long ago that Edwin Montague, the Magnificent Montague of Shakespearean theater fame, would have preferred death rather than sink artistically into the depths of radio or the movies. Today, he is involved in both. He is Uncle Goodhart, star of an afternoon radio program, and now we find him in Hollywood, lured here by Empire Pictures to star in Shakespeare's immortal tragedy, Macbeth. The Montagues, Edwin, his wife, and former leading lady, Lily Boehm, and Agnes the maid, have sublet a small bungalow in Beverly Hills. It is 7 o'clock of the morning Edwin is due at Empire Studios. Agnes and Lily are up and around waiting for His Majesty to arrive.
Hooray for Hollywood! Ha, 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 Hollywood!
Agnes, where are you?
Coming, honey. I was just out getting a little tan. Ah, this is the life, laying out there on the patio.
That's patio. Oh, Agnes, isn't California wonderful? After living our entire lives in an apartment in New York.
Yeah.
Oh, the air. Imagine me up at 6:30 in the morning and feeling human.
This is it, kid. Is the magnificent monster up yet?
He has to report at the studio at 8. Agnes, you'd better change. You can't serve breakfast in those shorts and bandana tops.
Are you kidding? I ain't getting out of these until we hit Times Square again. Oh, beat me, sunshine, to the bar.
But, Agnes, you can't walk around the house that way.
Look, honey, did you get a load of how the dames go round out here? Compared to them, this is a ski suit.
Agnes, you know how conservative Edwin is. Now, you can't serve him breakfast in that.
Why not? What's wrong with shooting him a little thrill with his Wheaties? Hooray for Hollywood.
Agnes, now you get breakfast ready and I'll get Edwin up. Oh, everything would be so wonderful about Hollywood if only Edwin didn't hate it so.
That miserable grouch. He wouldn't be happy in the Garden of Eden. He complained because his fig leaf didn't have a belt in the back.
Now get his breakfast and I'll wake him up.
Okay, baby. Hooray for Hollywood. Hey.
Edwin. 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 Time to get up and go to the studio. Edwin.
Huh? Where am I?
Edwin, wake up.
Oh, Lily, it's you. What a horrible night.
Oh, now, darling.
Oh, what a nightmare. I dreamt I was in Haiti.
Oh, now, Edwin, you're in your own little bungalow in Hollywood.
Hollywood. The dream was true.
Edwin, you have to be at the motion picture studio at 7 o'clock.
7 o'clock. Ah, now I know how they get away with those moving pictures. They make them in the middle of the night so the authorities can't tell what they're doing.
Oh, Edwin, they have to start early. They have to make tests, makeup, story conferences.
Oh, how low can a man sink? Edwin Montague in the movies. It's like asking Professor Einstein to do the Charleston.
Edwin, but it's not just another movie. It's Shakespeare's Macbeth. Oh, come on, get dressed. Agnes has your breakfast ready.
Got him up, huh?
Well, Agnes, doesn't Edwin look wonderful in his sports shirt?
Good morning, Agnes.
Good morning, Bing.
Look at it. Oh, no, Lily. Get her to put something on.
Well, that's her sunsuit.
Some stuff, Buster?
Oh. Agnes, is this your way of beating the high price of food by running around spoiling people's appetites?
How do you think you look with that sports shirt and beard? Looks like the stuffing coming out of a love seat.
Now, please.
Lily, have pity. Must the first thing that greets my eyes in the morning be a middle-aged delinquent running around in polka dot diapers?
Oh, now, Edwin, women out here show their legs.
And not those legs. Like waking up in the middle of an ostrich farm.
Ooh, I hope he gets to be a big movie star. I want to be there when they bury him in cement in front of Grauman's Chinese.
Edwin, you'll be late at the studio. Agnes, start serving.
Okay.
Oh, this is charming. Watching her prance back and forth in that outfit. It's like having breakfast on the runway of a burlesque house.
Edwin, she's just trying to get a tan. That's why she's got that suntan lotion on.
So that's what it is. She looks like something that was left for the cat in a sardine can.
Edwin, will you please relax?
Here's your coffee, Ronald.
Thank you, Hetty. Coffee.
Oh, Edwin, something wrong with the coffee?
Lily, we're rich. I think Agnes struck oil in the kitchen.
Oh, now, Edwin.
Lily, Agnes is supposed to be our maid. She can't keep house. She can't cook. She can't even make coffee.
Isn't my sparkling personality enough?
Lily, let's try out our barbecue pit. Agnes is all greased and ready.
Edwin, you'll be late. You have to leave for Empire Studios.
Lily, you better come along. I'll never find it.
Oh, nonsense, Edwin.
Every street looks the same out here, the same stucco bungalows and those trees that all look like they needed haircuts.
Well, those are palm trees, Edwin. You can walk there. The studio sent instructions.
Lily, come along. I got lost 6 times yesterday. No taxis, no elevators. Yesterday, I got on a bus to go to the radio station and spent the afternoon on it just seeing movie stars' homes.
Oh, Edwin, it's so simple.
Not for me. I have to remember that they have no subways here. I keep walking down into people's basements.
Now, here are the instructions from the studio. Now, listen.
Go ahead.
You go 2 blocks till you get to Cahuenga.
What?
Cahuenga. That's a boulevard.
Oh, yeah.
Then you go south to Alta Vista until you reach Los Feliz Boulevard. Left on Los Feliz till you get to Graciosa Drive. Then 2 blocks as you pass Estrada Street, El Centro, Figueroa, San Benito, Loma Vista, Puerto Alco, until you get to 8th Street.
8th Street?
Yes.
Well, what a quaint name for a street. Go on.
Now, stay on 8th till you get to Sepulveda. Sepulveda to San Marino to Pico, and there you are.
Lily, I had these instructions yesterday, and I couldn't find the place. San Marino, Loma Vista, Vista Loma, Santa Pico. Oh, what such streets.
Well, couldn't you ask a policeman to help you?
I did. I asked a policeman, but he couldn't help me. He only spoke English.
Okay, I'm all dressed. Let's go.
Let's go. Where are you going? And why haven't you left months ago?
I'm going to the studio with you.
Oh, no.
Edwin, I promised Agnes she could go with you. She wants to see the stars.
I got my autograph book, my smelling salts. I'm ready for action. Hooray for Hollywood.
Quiet. Lily, what are you doing to me? First you dressed me up in this outfit. Now you've chained Agnes to me. At least give me an organ to grind so we can pick up a few pennies.
Edwin, Agnes won't be any trouble.
You heard her, Buster. She says I'm going, and I'm going.
My dear Agnes, I assure you, once the people at the studio see you, Lassie is through.
Edwin, you'll be late. Agnes is going.
All right, put her on the leash. Let's go.
You sure you have the directions?
Yes, I sewed them inside my sport jacket. Goodbye, Lily. If you never see me again, you will know the state demanded that I pay the price for hurling Agnes into the La Brea tar pits.
Hurry up, lover boy.
Goodbye, Edwin. Bye, Agnes.
So long, honey. I'll take good care of Junior.
Now, let's see. We go south on Cahuenga to Los Feliz, then past Graciosa Drive, Alta Vista, Vista Loma, El Centro, and Figueroa. Is that right, Agnes?
Si, senor.
Let's go.
Edwin and Agnes have been walking for an hour, carefully following the instructions to the studio. They have now passed the same Nutburger stand for the 4th time.
I told you we should have turned left on Loma Vista.
We did. We went wrong on Los Feliz. You had to chase that woman with your autograph book for 3 blocks. I told you she wasn't Bessie Love.
How about that half hour you wasted with those kids?
Now, Agnes, I couldn't be rude to the little tykes. They wanted my autograph.
Till they found out you weren't Gabby Hayes.
This isn't getting us to the Empire Studios. Oh, if that infernal sun would only stop beating down on me. Oh, when I think of those lucky people back in New York up to their knees in that wonderful, cool slush.
Let's ask somebody.
Ask somebody. We've asked every person we've met. They either have just got into town themselves, or they try and send you a tip sheet for Santa Anita.
Why don't we circle back to Los Feliz Street?
Not again. If I spend any more time on Los Feliz, I'll be eligible to vote there.
Maybe if we keep walking. Hey, look, here comes the cab. Yell.
Oh, it's no use. They never stop out here. Taxi! 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 I told you.
Let me try. Hey, you big jerk! Come on, he stopped.
Where to, folks? Get in, Agnes, before he changes his mind.
He does, and he gets a rock through the windshield.
Oh, good to sit down.
Well, where'll it be, folks?
Driver, do you know where the Empire Motion Picture Company hides its studios?
Empire, yeah, let's see. That's in the valley, isn't it?
Now, judging from the few pictures I've seen of theirs, I would say yes. Death Valley.
Hey, Barney Oldfield, let's go, huh? We got instructions.
According to the instructions, we should wind up around Pico and Sepulveda.
Sepulveda. Gotta learn those names if you want to get around out here. All French, you know. Local joke.
Look, driver, I have to get to Empire Studios.
Well, I'll get you there, folks. You just sit back, relax, and enjoy the ride. You, folks from the East?
Yeah, Manhattan, New York.
Well, you're in God's country now.
I know.
I don't know what all that shouting is about New York. I was there once. Not a bad little place, but nothing to do at night. Give me a town that has some action, like out here. There's always something to do. If a man wants to bowl, he can bowl.
Good.
Not like some towns. When the sun goes down, they pull in the sidewalks. Out here, they got bowling alleys that don't close down till 9 or 10 at night.
God, it's another Barbary coast.
You take me, for instance. I'd rather bowl than eat. Even got my own bowling ball.
Well, I hope the two of you will be very happy.
Now, don't get the idea that that's all you can do out here at night is bowl. No, sirree, Bob. Tell me, you play bingo?
No, I've led a very sheltered life.
Now, you talk about excitement.
Who was talking about excitement?
Well, about 6 years from come April, a fellow and his wife rushed into my cab, see, and he yelled, Santa Monica Maternity Hospital, quick. Never made it. Halfway there, it happened. Baby was born right in this cab, right where you're sitting. 8-pound boy. Well, sir, a year later to the day, another husband and wife hailed me. Seated at 11 in hospital, he yells. Never made it. 6-pound girl right here in the cab. Right where you're sitting.
Good.
Say,
Huh?
You two married?
My dear man, I assure you, you have nothing to worry about. Please, I've got to get to Empire Studios. Hurry, will you?
Yeah, you people from the East every time. Hurry, 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 hurry. We folks out here take it easy. We have a saying, Hasta manana.
Hasta manana.
Yeah, Hasta manana means tomorrow you may die.
From boredom. Yeah. Right here in this cab. Right where I'm sitting.
Would you like to see a few sights?
No.
Well, it's only a few blocks out of the way. I'll show you where I bowl.
No. The temptation is almost overpowering, but I'm fighting it off. Get us to the Empire Studios.
Oh, no, we're going to get there. We'll get there. Mona Lisa, man, I've named you Mona. Say, I just thought of it. You know what would be a smart thing for you folks to do?
Yes, get out of this cab.
Now, you ought to get out there and see that Forest Lawn Cemetery.
Thank you, but we'll let you know when we're ready.
It's a beautiful place for you.
For you.
Oh, that forest land. Them mountains on one side, those flowers and plants, them marble mausoleums gleaming in the sun. Everything's so nice and peaceful.
That's living.
Well, how about it? It's not far out of the way.
No, just get us to the studio. An hour late already.
Hey, hold it. Stop.
Agnes.
There's the movie star's home. Wow, isn't it gorgeous? Whose is it?
Oh, that's a bowling alley. How about it, huh?
How about what?
Like to bowl a couple of strings? Got some ball right with me.
No, but if you'd like to stop and bowl, why can't we drop you off and drive on?
Oh, boy, wouldn't I like to stop off and bowl. The young lady seems to be interested in seeing some movie stars' homes. Now, Buster Crabbe has a little place.
Never mind.
Sightseeing buses, the movie stars home. That's where the the real big money is. I'm saving up for my own bus.
How interesting. Now, get us to the studio. Quick.
Yes, okay. Be there in a minute. I'll just cut across Ventura over to Alta. Say, what was that studio again?
Oh, no.
Well, now, there's your studio, Pico and Sepulveda.
Hey, Mr. Montague, wake up. We're here.
What is it?
We're here. There's the studio.
I don't believe it. It must be a mirage. I'm sure in a minute it'll disappear and we'll be back on Los Feliz.
Well, come on, let's get out of this cab.
I thought I'd hate to do it. Like leaving home. After all, we've been living in it for 6 hours.
Hey, look, walking into the studio. Quick, my smelling salts. It's May Bush.
Agnes. Oh, Agnes. All right, driver. How much do I owe you?
Well, now, let's see. Call it $14 even.
$14?
Well, it would be a lot more, but I stopped the meter while I was showing you around Forest Lawn.
All right. I was trapped. Here's your money. Agnes, let's go.
Hey.
What is it?
I didn't know who you were until I just recognized you.
You did?
Are you kidding? Oh, boy, wait till I tell my wife I've been driving around all day with Gabby Hayes.
Here was a day well wasted.
You're not kidding. Come on, let's go in here. Here's the main door.
Let's go in.
Hey, look, there goes Sabu. Hey, Mr. Sabu. Autograph, Mr. Sabu. Hey!
Oh, Agnes, come back.
Watch out for an elephant.
Why did I bring her? Oh, well. May all turn out for the good. She might get stepped on. I'd better go in and get the fuss over with.
Yes, sir?
Well, here I am.
And who are you?
You may tell the big brains of this enterprise that Edwin Montague has arrived.
Just what do you do, Mr. Montague?
I'm a tap dancer.
Thank you.
My dear young man, I am Edwin Montague of the New York Theater, who was dragged out here by your studio to make a motion picture of Shakespeare's great play, Macbeth.
This studio is going to make Macbeth?
Yes.
Oh, dear. Here goes another wage cut. Will you please wait in the waiting room, Mr. Montague?
Oh, no.
And here's a magazine to read. The latest issue of Screen Confessions.
Thank you. What luck. My copy hadn't arrived this month. By the way, if a woman by the name of Agnes is scraped off the bottom of an elephant's foot, put a tag on what's left. I'll pick it up on the way out. Through here?
Yes, sir.
More sitting around. Oh, why did I ever leave Forest Lawn? Compared to this place, Forest Lawn was jazzy. Let's see this magazine. This article looks interesting. How I Found True Happiness in Marriage by Elizabeth Taylor. I wonder who she is. Well, as long as she's happy. Whose picture is this? Marie Wilson. Gad. It says, recently divorced Marie Wilson declares, I am now looking for a man who will love me only for my mind. That'll be a search. What's this?
Pardon me.
Yeah?
Mr. Montague, you won't remember me, but when you did Hamlet back in 1935, I was the third assistant stage manager. My name is Walter Lott.
Oh, a pleasure, Mr. Lott. I never expected to meet anyone who was even minutely exposed to culture in Hollywood. Visiting?
Well, no. You see, I'm with this studio. I'm a director.
Shame on you.
Gosh, Mr. Montague, I'm so sorry to see you like this.
Like what?
Well, the Magnificent Montague of the theater. Hanging around looking for extra work.
Extra work?
Oh, it's unfair. It's a dirty, rotten shame. You gave your life to the theater, and now you have to come begging for a day's work.
I assure you I am doing very well. This studio practically shanghaied me out here. They're starring me in Macbeth.
Macbeth? This studio? Oh, Mr. Montague, you must be hungry. Let me buy you a meal.
No. No, thanks. I had a cheeseburger at Forest Lawn. I tell you, I'm out here to do Macbeth. Take me to someone in charge of this asylum.
Mr. Montague, are you serious?
I assure you I didn't drag my body 3,000 miles as the super chief flies just for the orange juice. Now you're going to take me to the head of this studio, or must I wait for visiting day?
Macbeth. Mr. Montague, you come with me. I'm taking you right to B.B. himself.
Thank you.
Through this door,
Thank you.
This way. Here's his private office. Let's go in. Hello, B.B. I want
Hold
you to
it, Walt.
Yes, baby.
Where's Corngold?
He's in New York.
New York? What's he doing in New York?
You sent him out this morning.
Well, get him back here right away. Columbia's cleaning up with Bourne yesterday. We're starting shooting tomorrow on a new picture. Bourne the day before yesterday.
Okay, baby.
Now, what's up, Walt?
B.B., I want you to meet one of the greatest actors of the American theater.
Walt, you delivered him. You got him here. Ho, wait till Republic Pictures wakes up tomorrow and finds out we got Gabby Hayes.
Oh, no.
What's with the oh, no? We'll double what you got at Republic. Walt, talk to him.
B.B., you see, this isn't Gabby Hayes. This is the greatest actor in the world, the famous Edwin Montague. You've heard of the Magnificent Montague?
Yeah. I always thought it was a horse.
A horse? My dear man, I have an overwhelming desire to puncture your eardrum and let the air out of that balloon head.
Mr. Montague.
And all the insufferable, stupid fools.
Walter, I like this boy. I like his spirit. Buy him. Buy me that boy. I must have that boy.
But, B.B., this...
He's a natural for the comedy bellhop and ladies' night at the YMCA.
A bellhop. I am reaching new heights.
But, B.B.,
Quiet.
BB?
Where's Corngold?
Just left New York for Hollywood.
Well, catch him in Chicago and send him back to New York to buy that ladies' night story. Tell him we're desperate. The sky's the limit. Up to $200.
Check, BB.
B.B., Mr. Montague came here for Macbeth.
I don't care. We'll pay him double what Macbeth is willing to pay him. Buy me that boy. I want that boy.
But Macbeth is Mr. Montague, show B.B., show him Macbeth.
Macbeth, Act 5, Scene 8. I will not yield to kiss the ground before young Malcolm's feet. I throw my warlike shield, Leon Macduff. Ho-ho!
BB?
Where's Corngold?
He's on his way back to New York.
What is he doing, chasing dames? I want him on the lot tomorrow. We're finally going ahead with Way Down in the Ozarks. We've found a hog caller.
Look, B.B., listen. Mr. Montague came out here to do Macbeth. It's a play by William Shakespeare.
Well, get it for him. Buy it. I like this boy. When I like someone, anything they want, they can have. You want Macbeth? Buy it for him. I want my boy to be happy.
Buy it.
BB?
Where's Corngold?
Just landed in Chicago.
He's always in Chicago. Tell him to get hold of a writer called Bill Shakespeare. Bring him to Hollywood. I'd like to see this Shakespeare in my office tomorrow morning.
So would I.
Like the way I work, huh? Anything for my boy, and you're my boy.
BB, for heaven's sakes, look, Shakespeare is dead.
BB?
Where's Corngold?
He just left Chicago.
What has he always got against Chicago? Contact him on the plane. Tell him Shakespeare is dead. He can release it to the newspapers. Something dignified. The studio regrets the untimely death of William Shakespeare. You know, get in a couple of plugs for the picture. Send flowers.
Got it.
Tell him to trace down Shakespeare's widow and buy Macbeth from her. Tell him, for Pete's sake, just for once, not to go on the make. She just buried her husband.
Check, BB.
There it is. You asked for it, Montague. You got your Macbeth. You're my boy, and for my boy, anything.
BB, listen. Macbeth is a kind of a play.
What's it about? King Kong type of thing? We got a great monkey on the lot.
Could he ever feel more at home?
B.B. Macbeth is a
Allow me to explain. Look, B.B.
What's with this BB? Just call me B.
Look, B. Macbeth is a classic.
About the Kentucky Derby?
No, this is the story of an ancient Scotch king.
Hold it. Is there a dame in it?
Yes, Lady Macbeth.
Oh.
Where's Congo?
Who needs corn gold? This is my discovery.
Discovery?
What a day for the studio. I got the dame for Lady Macbeth. She'll be sensational. That's all. Just discovered it today.
B.B.?
Did you find a name for our new discovery?
Yes, Bubbles Borden.
Bubbles Borden. Terrific.
Bubbles Borden as Lady Macbeth.
You don't like the name? Change it. You're my boy. Anything for you. Send in Bubbles Borden. Mr. Montague, meet your Lady Macbeth.
Agnes.
Mr. Montague, get me out of here. These guys are nuts.
You two know each other? Get romance items in all the columns.
Now, wait a minute before the proper authority drops a net on all of us and carts us away. Why do you want to do Macbeth?
Yeah, B.B., we're a tiny little studio. Why Macbeth?
You think I'm dumb? I just read the announcement where Empire Pictures across the street is making Macbeth with some new star, Raoul Randolph. We'll make it with Montague in 2 days and beat him to the punch.
Oh, no, I'm in the wrong studio. Let's get out of here, Agnes.
Coming.
Wait a minute. Wait, my boy.
Way out, Agnes.
I'm with you.
How did you ever get involved?
Who knows? I was halfway up the elephant to get Sabu's autograph when some guy yelled, "Buy me that girl," and slam bam, alakazam, I was Bubbles Borden at $25 a week.
What an outfit. They offered me $50.
You gonna check into Empire?
Not today. I don't want to hear another word about Hollywood, stars, or pictures as long as I live. Let's get home.
There's a cab.
So no cabs. Here, get on this bus.
Okay.
And now, folks, the first movie star's home that you're going to see on this sightseeing bus is the home of Buster Crabbe.
Oh, no! My money. He bought the bus.
And as an added treat, I'm taking you all to Forest Lawn, the most beautiful cemetery in the world.
Will you talk to me, Bubbles?
Yes, Raoul.
Hooray
for Hollywood.
Join us again next Friday at this same time for another visit with The Magnificent Montague, starring Monty Woolley. Created and directed by Nat Hiken and written by Nat Hiken and Billy Friedberg. Ann Seymour was Lily, Pert Kelton was Agnes. Included in tonight's cast were Alan Reed as B.B., Peter Leeds as the receptionist, and Jim Backus as the cab driver. This is Eddie King saying stay tuned for Duffy's Tavern, which follows immediately.
Preceding was transcribed. Spend a pleasant half hour at Duffy's Tavern next on NBC.
Now here's episode 2. Lots of notes. Louise Fazenda was an American film actress, appearing also largely in silent comedy films. It's a recurring joke that everybody's interested in the older stuff, that they really haven't been keeping up with contemporary film. Duz was a cleaning product. Hedda Hopper and Luella Parsons were gossip columnists. To appear in their columns was a big boost. Walter Winchell had a classier column. Marjorie Main was an older actress. Even in the 1950s, you can see her as the maid Katie in Meet Me in St. Louis, and Ma Kettle in the Ma and Pa Kettle films. George Raft, sort of known for his gangster roles largely. In this second episode, Jim Backus is back, but as the dramatic teacher with the Locust Valley Lockjaw waspy, preppy accent again. Jiggs and Maggie, also known as Bringing Up Father, was a comic strip about a nouveau riche Irish-American fellow Jiggs and his social climbing wife Maggie. Very popular. So here's another episode of The Magnificent Montague from January 26th, 1951, The Screen Test.
Is today's suffering of fate worse than death? He is in Hollywood to make a movie. Even though he has already sunk to such depths as radio, he is Uncle Goodhart, hero of an afternoon program. The Magnificent Montague feels that by merely being in Hollywood, he has deserted the theater and sold his soul to the devil. Not even the fact that the picture he's going to make is Shakespeare's Macbeth can soothe his guilty and tortured mind. It is morning in the little bungalow the Montagues have rented in Beverly Hills. Lily, his wife and one-time leading lady, and Agnes, the maid, are up, preparing for the great man's first day at the studio.
Take it easy, take it easy. The Hollywood residence of Edwin Montague and Lily Boehm of East 61st Street, New York. Agnes the maid on this end. What do you want? Oh, Empire Studios? No, Montague ain't up yet. What? You want me to wake him up? At 7 in the morning? Are you kidding? I'm too young to die. Does he like California? He's nuts about it. He hides under the bed all day until the sun goes down, then he gets up, screams, and goes back under the bed. Huh? Okay.
Who is that, Agnes?
The studio. They say your husband's due for his makeup and test at 8 o'clock. They're sending a car for him.
Oh, I hope he gets there this time. He's been stalling them off all week. Oh, Edwin is so miserable.
He certainly is.
Now, Agnes, they talked him into doing the picture, and he feels he's committing treason to the New York stage.
That ham.
Agnes, remember, he's my husband.
Okay, Mr. Ham.
Please, we must help him through this mental crisis. Edwin's never forgiven the movies. He thinks when they came in, it was goodbye theater. And here he is making a movie.
Goodbye movies.
Why, Agnes, Edwin will be wonderful in the movies. Why do you think the picture companies were so anxious to sign him?
Because their backs are to the wall. That big loud mouth of his. The only voice left in the country that can be heard in the movie theaters above the crackling of the popcorn.
Oh, now, Agnes, think. What can we do to make Edwin happy here in Hollywood?
I know. Let's sneak out tonight and burn the city to the ground.
Agnes, dear, if I tell you something, will you promise on your honor never to breathe a word of it to Edwin? If he finds out, he'll be furious.
What is it, honey?
I like Hollywood.
So do I. That's sunshine. Every afternoon I plunk the carcass down on the patio and let it splash all over me. I tell you, if you close your eyes, it's hard to believe you're not at Coney Island.
And imagine having a little garden. Everything grows so fast out here.
Maybe that's what's bothering Montague. He's afraid his beard will start bearing fruit.
Oh, Agnes, stop being silly.
No kidding. On chilly nights, I want to put a smudge pot under it.
Now, please, Agnes, don't mention his beard. Hasn't he had enough trouble out here with everybody mistaking him for Gabby Hayes?
Poor Gabby. Poor Gabby.
I wonder when Edwin...
Oh, no.
Edwin's up.
Every morning, the same thing. He opens his eyes, and then he realizes he's in Hollywood.
You'd better get him his breakfast. The studio car will be here for him. Oh, hurry. He's doing his morning vocal exercises already.
The voice of the turtle.
Good morning, Lily. Good morning, Agnes.
Good morning, Gabby.
Down, Agnes, down. Be good, Agnes, or I'll go out in the backyard and dig up all those bones you buried.
Edwin, isn't it a lovely morning? The sun is shining, the birds are singing.
My nerves are screaming.
Edwin, look out of the window. It's midwinter, and the flowers are in bloom. A warm breeze is blowing. The trees are waving.
Ah, yes. All nature seems to have blended into one glorious symphony and is whispering to me, "Hey, stupid, what are you doing out here? Get back to New York."
Boy of the Golden West.
Agnes, why don't you go down to the railroad station and meet a train? Head on.
Edwin, be fair about California. See how beautiful Hollywood looks, nestling at the foot of those purple mountains. All for a camera.
Oh, for an avalanche.
Now, Edwin, be reasonable. Now, try and enjoy yourself.
Lily, I must admit, for the first time since I came to this land of the Nutburger, I'm happy.
You are?
Yes, I reached a decision. Lily, I'm not going to make that movie. We're going back to New York.
Edwin.
We can't go back yet. I'm only tanned on one side.
Agnes, my dear, I would consider it a personal pleasure to be allowed to tan your other side.
Edwin, you're not serious.
Lily, I can't do it. I cannot be a part of this celluloid siren that has lured the public away from the theater of Shakespeare. Abbott and Costello have taken the place of Romeo and Juliet.
But, Edwin, they're counting on you.
Never! The voice of Montague that has echoed in so many theaters the golden lines of Shakespeare, to be or not to be, that is the question, will never be able to say he went that-a-way.
But, Edwin, they're doing Shakespeare's Macbeth.
Edwin Montague in Macbeth with free dishes? No.
Edwin, for a man who's Uncle Goodhart on the radio 5 times a week.
At least nobody knows it's me.
Well, the studio is giving you a new name.
I know. Raoul Randolph. Oh, no. I won't make that picture. I want to get back to New York with clean hands. I want once again to stand shoulder to shoulder with my fellow actors of the theater who haven't deserted the stage for Hollywood gold. I want to join their ranks again.
And the unemployment insurance office.
All right, Agnes. Back into your bottle of alcohol.
Edwin, you have to make that picture. You signed a contract.
Never. Let them sue me. Let them take all my worldly possessions.
Some possessions. A bust of Shakespeare and a pair of torn tights.
Agnes, I've always meant to ask you, who do you go to have your head shrunk?
Oh, now, Edwin, be sensible. They're going to make you a big star.
Edwin Montague in Hollywood. This is the end of Bela Lugosi.
Agnes, please keep your mouth closed. They have enough canyons out here.
Edwin, you signed a contract and you're going through with it.
Montague, what are they doing to you? They're like vultures descending on a dead horse.
A dead horse. That reminds me, breakfast is ready.
Breakfast by Agnes. It's game time. Here's where I play hide-and-go-seek with Tomaine.
Oh, now, hurry, Edwin. The studio is sending a limousine. And don't forget you have your Uncle Goodhart broadcast this afternoon.
The movies and radio, all in one day. Oh, what a rogue and peasant slave am I. Take the mirrors out of the house, Lily. I can't look at myself.
Lucky you.
Agnes, my dove, why don't you go out, find yourself a nice young man, and work out a suicide pact?
Now, Edwin, get ready.
Lily, I can't face it alone. I want you to come with me.
Oh, I can't, Edwin. I want to do some gardening.
Gardening? Her husband's poor body is being broken on the rack, and she is planting petunias. Lily, where's your heart?
Oh, please, Edwin, I'd rather not.
Lily, I understand. You who have remained true to the theater. You who have refused Hollywood offers so many times in our long career. You can't bear to see my vile degradation. Your once proud husband, a movie actor.
Edwin?
Lily, please come with me.
All right, Edwin. I will.
Take my autograph book. You might run into Luis Fazenda.
Oh, there's the car from the studio.
The tumbril is here to take me to the guillotine.
Come, Edwin. Goodbye, Agnes.
So long, honey.
Goodbye, Agnes.
Goodbye, Raoul.
Well, Raoul Randolph, you're here. Welcome to Empire Pictures.
Thank you.
I'm Speed Cochran of Publicity.
This is my wife.
I'm glad to know you, Mrs. Randolph.
Well, I'm not
Mr. Stiles Fenton, Mr. Big himself. He wants me to bring you right in to see him. This way, please.
Lily?
You go in. I'll wait here, Edwin.
Right this way. We'll barge right in. Well, Stiles, here he is.
How do you do?
Raoul, baby, you got here.
Raoul, Mr. Fenton, my name is Edwin Montague. It is a name that is still remembered and revered by thousands of theater goers. I would appreciate it.
Sure, anything you say, Raoul. Remember, I'm behind you. You're my baby. We're going all out on you. You're going to be a big star. You've got Empire behind you, baby.
Sound good to you, sweetheart? Mr. Fenton, from your conversation, I don't know whether you're planning to make a picture with me or take me to Niagara Falls.
Did you get that, Speed? Niagara Falls? Phone it in to Hedda Hopper. Now, look, Raoul, baby, I want you and Steve to get together on the publicity build-up. Ever have your name in the papers?
For the last 25 years, my name has been a byword in the drama sections of the New York press.
Oh, local stuff, huh? Speed here is going to make the name of Raoul Randolph a household word. We'll make him forget does. Take over, Speed.
Well, we got to get an angle, see? An angle. Of course, you are a little older than we thought.
I've aged considerably since entering this room.
I got it. Raoul Randolph. Older than Pinza, but he's still got that springtime in his heart.
Great. That's it. Put that on the teletype. Rush it right over to Luella.
Luella who?
Luella who? Look, baby, don't even say that in a joke around here.
Oh, what I said.
Are you married, Raoul?
That was my wife I introduced you to. She happens to be the famous Lily Boheme of the New York stage.
Oh, you're married, huh? Well, we'll hush it up.
Hush it up.
Sure, baby. We got to make the housewives feel you're available.
Look, sweetheart. Is this a motion picture studio or a Lonely Hearts Club?
Lonely Hearts Club. Speed, punch that up a little and shoot at the windshield. You might blow it up into a whole column. Things I never knew until now about Raoul Randolph.
We got to get a romantic angle. I got it. We'll cook up a hot romance between you and Marjorie Main.
Me and Marjorie Main? I'm dying to see the stove that's going to be cooked up on.
Now we got to get moving on some pictures, see? Did you bring your bathing suit with you?
My bathing suit?
Yeah. I'll take you out on the back lot for some stills for the fan magazines. You know, human interest stuff. Chasing some bathing beauties around the pool. Maybe one of them trick pictures, your head on a girl's body. Shows you're human, not one of them stuffy highbrow actors. We want to get you down to the public level.
Down? I'm practically dragging. My dear Speed, if any picture of me in a bathing suit or my head on a girl's body appears in the daily paper, I assure you the next edition of that paper will feature a picture of your head on a spike over the main gate of Empire Studios, and it won't be strict photography.
Oh, now, wait a minute, sweetheart.
You listen to me, baby. I came out here to appear in Shakespeare's immortal Macbeth. I only considered to do it in order to protect Macbeth from being played by Red Skelton. The picture will have all the dignity and beauty it deserves.
Raoul, what do you think we are, barbarians? This is a prestige picture for us. Why, I've had writers on that script for 6 months, punching up the lines, polishing the dialogue.
Polishing Shakespeare's dialogue. Punching up the line. Oh, Shakespeare, in your immortal grave, I can hear you spinning now.
Raoul, you're unhappy, sweetheart. Look, you're the boss. Just tell us what you want. You're my baby. Now, are you happy?
Yes, Daddy.
Isn't he a doll? Well, come on, let's get going with the test.
Test?
Yeah, we got to get you in front of a camera, see what kind of makeup to use, how you look. We got to find out. You know, from certain angles, you could look 20 years younger.
I can?
Sure, who knows? With a little luck, we might have another George Raft on our hands.
George Raft, my boyhood idol.
Come on, let's get going. This test is going to be great. You'll be wonderful in it.
Of course, I'm a little unfamiliar with the technique.
Oh, you'll be in great hands. We have Mr. Maynard Fitch, best dramatic teacher in Hollywood.
Dramatic teacher?
Yeah, this way. Maynard's waiting on the soundstage. Through here.
Dramatic teacher. Mr. Fenton, I'm sorry, a baby. I hope you're acquainted with the fact that I've spent 25 years as the country's leading Shakespearean actor.
Just leave everything to Maynard. Through this door. Okay, Mr. Fitch, we can go ahead. He's here.
Hello, Mr. Fenton. And this is Ray Randolph?
The name is Raoul.
Okay, sweetheart, get rolling on that screen test. I want to see this by this afternoon.
Yes. Well, now, any acting experience, Mr. Randolph?
A little.
I understand the lead in your high school play, PTA minstrel shows, that sort of thing.
That sort of thing.
Well, I'll be frank with you, Mr. Randolph. This thing they're putting you in...
Macbeth.
Macbeth, of course. Yes, indeed, that's right. It's by Shakespeare. Very difficult, and I won't be able to do a thing for you unless I have your absolute attention and you...
Mr. Fitch.
Please don't interrupt. We have so much spade work to do.
Mr. Fitch, I'm sorry. I don't want to lead you on. But obviously they haven't told you. I am Edwin Montague. Who? Edwin, or as certain critics insisted on labeling me, the Magnificent Montague.
Yes, well, that's all very interesting, Mr. Randolph, but we have much too much to get done before I can possibly release you as an actor.
You will release me as an actor. Mr. Fitch, you are a follower of the drama, and the name of Edwin Montague means nothing to you?
Absolutely nothing, but of course I'm no judge, Mr. Randolph. I haven't been in touch with the little theater movement in years. More interested in professional actors now. Well, shall we get on with it? Let me hear your voice. I want to see if there's anything to start with. Now, say, how now, brown cow? You see, I want resonance, but I'll explain to you what resonance means later. Just now, how now, brown cow? Now, don't be nervous. I won't bite you. Shall we?
How now, brown cow?
Again.
You are a stupid jackass.
Mr. Randolph, as long as you continue these schoolboy pranks, I cannot help you on the rocky road to being an actor.
Mr. Fitch, you, as low and dismal a specimen of humanity as I've ever seen outside of a snake pit, you are going to make me an actor?
Mr. Randolph, it is not my practice to impress students with my theatrical background. I find many times that it overawes them. But in your case, may I acquaint you with the fact that prior to coming to the studio, I had spent 3 solid years with a Pasadena community playhouse.
Really?
And before that, I was senior dramatic coach at Hollywood High.
Oh, master, I will never doubt you again.
I should think not. Now we have to make the test. I have selected the scene for Macbeth. You see, it's Macbeth with Lady Macbeth. Now, where Macbeth has just murdered the king and his conscience starts bothering him. Now, you see, in this scene...
You mean... Methinks I heard a voice cry, sleep no more. Macbeth...
No, Raoul.
No?
No, this way. Methinks I heard a voice cry, sleep no more. Ta-ta-ta-ta, ta-dee-ta-ta-ta-ta-ta. Rhythm.
Ta-ta-ta-ta-ta-ta.
That's exactly it. You got it. Now, let's do the test and get it over with. Get the cameras ready. Lights. We're ready, Mr. Randolph. I shall take Lady Macbeth's part.
Oh, no, you won't. No. Where's the door?
Raoul!
Lily, will you please step into the studio?
Lily?
My Lady Macbeth, Lily Boheme, who happens to have played the role opposite to me for 2 solid years at the Belasco Theater on Broadway, where we set a new record to the wild acclaim of all the New York critics.
Well, what is it, Edwin?
Lily, we're doing the murder scene, Act 2, Scene 2.
Oh, no, Edwin, please, don't ask me to do it.
Lily, I know how strongly you feel about movies, but, Lily, this is just a test. You must do it for me.
Oh, Edwin. All right.
All right. On your toes, Lily. This is an event. We, who have performed Macbeth before the most critical audiences in the world, must today rise to new and glorious heights. Today, Lily, we are performing before Mr. Maynard Fitch of the Pasadena Community Playhouse. And Hollywood High. Let the camera roll, Mr. Fitch. We are ready.
Very well. Here are the scripts.
Scripts? Pox on your scripts. Do I, Edwin Montague, who spent 25 years steeped in the immortal Macbeth, need a script? Take it away.
Get ready to roll.
We'll take it right after where I, Macbeth, have killed the king and come to you conscience-stricken. We're ready.
Cameras, roll them.
Go ahead, Lily.
These deeds must not be thought after these ways. So It will make us mad.
Methought I heard a voice cry, sleep no more. Macbeth does kill sleep.
Murder sleep, Edwin.
A murder sleep. Sleep that ravels up the knitted sleeve.
Knits up the raveled sleeve.
And knits up the raveled sleeve of woe.
Of care.
Of care. The life of each day's death.
The death of each day's
The
life.
death of each day's life.
That's it, Mr. Randolph. Thank you.
And he wanted me to use a script. Thank you, Lily. Thank you.
I'll wait for you out in the hall, Edwin.
Well, Mr. Maylord Fitch, did that come up to the high and lofty standards of drama of Hollywood High?
Well, that was quite an interesting interpretation of Shakespeare, Mr. Montague. However, I personally...
I know. Ta-ta, ta-ta, ta-ti, ta-ta, ta-ti.
Well, Raoul, baby, did Mr. Fitch show you how we do things here?
Oh, yes, he gave me an excellent idea of how you do things here.
Good man, isn't he? He was with the Pasadena Community Playhouse, you know. They had to fight like tigers to get him.
Who was after him? Compton Junior College?
Compton Junior College. Where's Speed? I'll have to have him shoot it over to Cindy Skalski. Here he is. Speed, you got the song?
Right here, Styles, and they're terrific.
Good. Look, Raoul, sweetheart. The boys just came up with some terrific songs for the picture. Want you to run through them. What key do you sing in?
Songs for the picture?
Well, you can't do a musical without song.
Shakespeare's Macbeth, a musical?
In Technicolor. I told you we're going all out. Get these songs. Wait till they hit the jukeboxes.
Hoo-ha!
What's that one, Styles? The one I like?
From the battle scene.
Yeah.
You mean, I will not yield to kiss the ground before young Malcolm's foot. Before my body I throw my warlike shield. Leon Macbeth.
That's it. Macduff, isn't that it? Yeah, Leon Macduff, yeah. That's it. Now, here's what you sing. Hit it, Speed. Go on.
Dum-tiddy-yum-dum-dum. Baby, I like your style. Baby, I like your stuff. But if you want that love from me, lay off Macduff.
Oh.
Got you right between the eyes, didn't it, Raoul?
Not quite there.
Oh, get this one. You know, the whole play, Macbeth, takes place in Scotland.
So I had been led to believe.
It's that thing about Birnam Wood.
The immortal line. Though Birnam Wood become to Dunsinane, and though a pole...
Now, get this. You see, as a little Scotch number, you in kilts. Speed.
Dum-tiddy-yum-dum-dum.
Though Birnam Wood come to Dunsinane with my lassie by my side, it's a brobrach moonlight.
Oh, no, stop.
I know, Raoul. You don't have to tell me. You want to know if we have a ballad for you.
Yes, my ballad. Where's my ballad?
Wait till he hears this. Speed? The dagger scene.
You mean, is this a dagger that I see before me? The handle toward my hand? Come, let me clutch the...
That's it. Now get the picture. You standing there with Lady Macbeth on the veranda in the moonlight. And then you sing your ballad. Take it, Speed.
Dum-tiddy-yum-dum-dum. Is this a dagger that I see before me, or is it you?
Oh, Lady Macbeth, come let me clutch you in my arms.
Oh, stop. Are you gentlemen serious?
Surprised, aren't you, sweetheart? Thought this was going to be just another one of those little bee pictures, huh? We're going all out for my baby. Now, for the title of the picture, we're leaving it all up to you.
The title for Macbeth?
Yeah, we boiled it down to two. Do you like this one? Lady Macbeth was a lady.
Lady Macbeth was a lady.
Yeah, personally, I like it. It has dignity. But if you've got a dirty mind, you can make your own meaning.
Fine.
Let me throw this one at you. Lady Macbeth has her fling.
Lady Macbeth has her fling.
Yeah, you know, Scotland, Highland fling. It's too subtle, I guess. It'll go over their heads. Cross that one out, Speed. You see how we do things out here?
God.
Something bothering you, baby?
Oh, no, I'm fascinated. Go on.
Oh, wait till we deck you out in that costume, that Texas Ranger outfit.
A Texas Ranger in Scotland?
Yeah, you see, in the first reel, you and Lady Macbeth, we're getting Esther Williams, you know.
Yeah.
Now, the both of you come over to America, fleeing from persecution by the Tsar.
Yeah.
Now, you go west in a covered wagon. A couple of Indian fights, never misses in Technicolor. You hit Dodge City, and you stake out a ranch.
Yeah.
Then along comes Macduff.
Yeah.
A cattle rustler.
Yeah.
You and Lady Macbeth are trapped by him in the middle of the desert. And then Then comes the climax. Lady Macbeth swims for help.
Yeah, in the desert.
Well, how else are you going to get Esther Williams in a bathing suit? Get with it, sweetheart. Get with it. Well, that's what we're planning to do, baby. Speed?
Yeah, that's it.
Good. Now, may I acquaint you with my plan?
Shoot.
That, sir, is just what I am intending to do. I shall get into my Texas Ranger outfit, pull out my trusty six-shooter, and shoot you both squarely between the eyes. At my own expense, I will order a tombstone for both of you, and will simply say, "Here lie sweetheart and baby."
Now, wait, Raoul.
Don't Raoul me.
Macbeth in Technicolor. Songs.
It'll be beautiful.
Beautiful, my dear friends. My apartment in New York overlooks the East River. Every afternoon, a garbage scow passes my window. I assure you, that garbage scow will look like Cleopatra's barge compared to this picture you are planning.
Randolph, this picture will make you.
It has already made me sick, ill. Now, do you think by any stretch of your imagination that I, Edwin Montague, will be a part of this technically turkey you are planning to foist on the already punch-drunk movie public?
But, Raoul...
Oh, quiet. I refuse to be a party to this Hollywood horse opera you are going to put out as Macbeth.
All right, we can change it to a prison picture. Hey, Speed, shoot that to Luella.
Speed, here's another piece of Hollywood chit-chat for Luella. Raoul Randolph, alias Edwin Montague, is not going to make what picture for what studio unless it is done exactly as Shakespeare wrote it.
As Shakespeare wrote it? I'd never heard of such a thing. Listen to reason, sweetheart.
As Shakespeare wrote it.
Oh, no, we'll be the laughingstock of Hollywood.
It'll lose $1 million.
You have a contract.
As Shakespeare said, so what?
Are those your last words?
Exactly.
You asked for it, Raoul. Raoul Randolph, by the power vested in me by Empire Studios, you are hereby suspended.
No, Stiles. No, you can't do that to a human being.
I'm suspended by Empire Studios.
It's a living death.
You know what this means? You cannot work for another studio until we lift the suspension.
You mean I can't even hand Dr. Kildare a scalpel?
No.
They can't even use my voice in a cartoon?
No.
I can't even tune Gene Autry's guitar?
No.
In other words, you will see to it that I can never work in Hollywood again?
Exactly.
Gentlemen, you have made me the happiest man in the world. East side, west side, all right. Lily, I've got my shirts all packed. New York, here we come.
Edwin, this is ridiculous. We came 3,000 miles, and now we're going back.
But I go back an honest man with clean hands. I have refused to despoil my beloved Shakespeare.
Edwin, maybe they'll listen to reason.
Reason?
This is a fine how do you do. Here I am going back to New York without a tan. My friends are going to think I spent the winter in a newsreel theater.
Agnes, the minute I'm on the train for New York, you may bask in the sunshine of my smile.
The sunshine of your smile. That'll be a day. Here are your Hollywood sports shirts, slacks, and moccasins. Where'll I put them?
In the incinerator. Burn them. On the way to the station, I shall fling the ashes into the lobby of Grauman's Chinese.
Hate to leave my little garden. I was just planting my geranium.
Lily, when we get back to New York, knowing dear Agnes's house cleaning, there will be dirt enough to plant them in my den.
We've rented this house for a month.
The landlord can use the money to finally put a roof on that living room.
Edwin, I keep telling you, that's the patio.
Who cares? We're going back. East side, west side. Come in.
Raoul, baby, you're still here.
We got here in time.
Gentlemen, don't tell me you came all the way here to tell me that you have a new jump tune called Stompin' with Macbeth.
Mr. Randolph, I come with great news.
Tell him, Stiles, tell him.
Mr. Randolph, brace yourself. Here it comes. The suspension has been lifted.
Oh, no, you can't do that to me.
We were fools, Raoul. We hadn't seen that screen test you made with your wife.
With my wife?
It's dynamite. We want you two together. Ha ha, what a team.
We are not going to do that song and dance version of Macbeth.
What, Macbeth? You were right on that. We're not doing it.
You're not?
We've got something greater than Macbeth. We have plans for you and your wife that'll make you the greatest acting team in history.
Oh, Edwin.
Lily, acting together again.
I'm so excited I can't see straight. Our studio has $1 million property. For 20 years we've been trying to get the perfect couple for it. You're it to a T.
They're perfect. What is it, Romeo and Juliet?
Bigger than that.
Caesar and Cleopatra?
Don't make me laugh. It's bigger than that.
God.
Wait till this announcement hit the world. Empire Pictures proudly presents Mr. and Mrs. Edwin Montague in...
What is it?
Jiggs and Maggie.
Join us again next Friday night at this same time for another visit with the Magnificent Montague, starring Monty Woolley. Created and directed by Nat Hiken, written by Nat Hiken and Billy Friedberg. Ann Seymour was Lily, Pert Kelton was Agnes. Included in tonight's cast were Alan Reed as Styles Fenton, Wally Mayer as Speed, and Jim Backus as Maylard Fitch. This is Eddie King saying stay tuned for Duffy's Tavern, which follows immediately.
This is NBC, the National Broadcasting Company.
That's your old-time radio fix for this week. I hope you enjoyed yourselves. Be sure to subscribe to The Chronic Rift on iTunes or visit us frequently at chronicrift.com.
Hit it! Ding-a-ding-a-doo, a-ding-a-ding, a-ding-a-doo. What a voice! What a voice! Simply means ink. A-dink-a-doo, a-dink-a-dee. Good night, folks. Signing off.